Welcome back to another episode of Songs Explained, and today I'm going to explain my song, Hero. Hero is different from the other two, Monster and Invincible. And why? Because it's an instrumental. And this is based on my earliest influences as a guitarist. And my influences were like the solo guitarists, instrumental guitarists like Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, Yngwie Malmsteen, John Petrucci, and Michelangelo Badio, where I did an instrumental, and this is actually my very first song that I did. And I composed this when I was 17, and this has been modified over the years, and the version that you hear on YouTube is my latest version of it, of years critiquing it and getting it to perfection. So this is a song where I usually use a riff, where that's like my bass riff, where I use a lot of harmonies, shred harmonies for hooks. And then I go into like oldie style licks that a lot of people recognize as the old classic rock. It wasn't necessarily what I was going for, because I was going for a heavy metal sound, but it ended up turning into being almost like a borderline classic rock song like Led Zeppelin. And a lot of people that I've seen like on my analytics, a lot of people who've been listening to like music have been in a wide range of audiences, and it's actually really fascinating for me to see that as a metal guitarist, I'm also attracting like the old classic rock sounds at the same time. So using even like simple just using simple stuff like that brings out that old like classic rock sound. And so I basically do a verse where it just repeats like the main, where it repeats that riff. And then when I go into like when I go into like the chorus, where I would consider the chorus, so I go, where I really wanted to bring out like almost this modern rock sound that also had this like classic feel to it as well. And of course, like once I get to like the bridge where I brought like a breakdown, and that went into the solo where I started going crazy. We're going to start bringing back old licks, and then of course bringing the metal. That wasn't really part of the song, but I wanted to show like the concept where I was bringing the shred, and then I bring like arpeggios into the mix, where we're bringing arpeggios, because I've used arpeggios in a very uniform manner, where I tend to like to go like crazy with my alternate picking stuff. Where I like to use that most of the time, and I like to use arpeggios when I know there's chord progressions and I know it goes good together. I go right to the solo where I go like, where I go right through, and I go right back to the chorus, where then I start getting into like slide techniques, where it almost sounds like a slide guitar. Right. And that's like a style that I'm wanting to learn in future songs. But for the explanation of this song, I used what I had, which is just using the double stops and just doing a really nice stripped vibrato, just shaking. And then it goes right to the end, where then it goes like... where it ends with that. And that's essentially what Hero is explained in a brief manner. And if you want like more, like a whole song walkthrough on this, let me know in the comments below. And this is Hero Explained. So until next time, keep rocking and peace.